Hello everybody, my name is Alex and I'm a professional classical violinist. Here with me today is Mario, which he's my student and it's absolute beginner with the violin, so it's gonna be his very first violin lesson. So let's start. So the violin is made by wood, of course. It consists of a scroll. This is the head, the scroll, which is usually a circular part. You can see maybe. We have the tuning pegs, which from them you can, they're holding the strings on the violin, and from them we are tuning the violin. But I suggest in Mario's case, as a beginner, it's better the violin to tune the violin from the fine tuners here. The micro, yes. Because they are just more easy, more precise, and it's less of a danger for the string to break. After the tuning pegs, we have the neck, which is glued to the upper body. That's the neck here. And then we have the fingerboard. This is the black thing, fingerboard. We have the upper body, upper bout here. This is the waist. This is the lower body. We have the F-holes, which are helping for a better sound, or brighter. And then we have the bridge. We have the tailpiece. And then we have the chin rest. And then the shoulder rest, which shoulder rest is usually separate part that we buy. Of course, you can play without the shoulder rest, but I don't suggest that because it's really uncomfortable position, for the shoulder, for the body. So this is something like a pillow. It helps to balance the.
So professional always use that?
Yes, most of maybe in some places in the United States when they have like the country fiddle players or some of the Irish before centuries they were playing, very low. So this is the chin rest, which we put the chin here, and this is the shoulder rest. So let's maybe try to hold the violin. We usually hold it here on the left side, and if you imagine you have a watch in front of you. So usually the way maybe that we hold the violin is, if you have a watch, this is 12:1. We hold the violin usually in between something like 9 and 10 p.m. So it's very on the left side. You can a little bit tilt your head and the shoulder to be more comfortable. Usually it's here, the shoulder rest. So you can try it. Imagine this is like 9. Also another thing, the violin, it have to be like the way that you hold the violin. It doesn't have to be too much up or too much down. It's something like a straight line with a little bit. Yeah, just relax, like the most. I know it's hard, but like the most natural way that you feel. For example, if you just extend your left hand, it's like that. So in the same manner, you just put the violin here, and then
Like this?
yeah, even it can be a little bit tilted on that side, not too much. No, don't tilt your body. And then here the left hand. Sorry, just correct a little bit. The wrist here have to be really relaxed. So, for example, you just hold with your fingers the fingerboard like that. I'll maybe show. So you just put. So the violin is like on the 9 or 10 p.m. Let's see. That's the watch. It's very, very left. Then the left hand have to be, the wrist It doesn't have to be too much tilted on the way out or in the way in. You have to be in a very natural and soft position. Something like that. And you just, the way that you hold the violin more with the shoulder and the head, but not tight. And then also you help to balance also the holding with that hand.
The hand is okay. So you fix more with the shoulder.
Don't maybe again you have to be a little bit more this. Just like a straight line. Not too down, not
hand,
up.
The hand is okay.
The hand, maybe. Just relax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then why the violin doesn't, for example, some string instruments like guitar, the guitar have frets. Violin doesn't have frets because technically, when you get more advanced and introduced to the technique of the vibrato tone, the frets are just going to stop. So yeah, the violin also have 4 strings. The lowest string is G. The second after that is D, A, and the thinner and most higher string is E. So, and then you can tune them more easily, like a half tone up or half tone down with this what we call the fixed machine or the fine tuners here. You just press like left or right. So the bow, consists a little bit less part than the violin. It's made from a wooden stick. Usually inside maybe there is a metal core part. And the good bow usually it's light. It's made from a lighter material and lighter wood. This is the top of the bow, which is here. It holds the horse hair, and the hair usually it's made from a horse tail, horse hair from the tail of the horse, or in some cases from some synthetic material, the frock part. And usually the frock part of the bow, you can see that, it's the place that it's holding all the mechanics of the bow. The last part of the bottom of the bow is the screw. If the screw is usually holding the horse hair and the frock, so if the screw becomes too loose, all the horse hair will come out. Or if we tighten up a lot the screw, it's going to also reflect on the horse hair and the stick. The stick will become more straight. So it's better to be the best position for how we make our bow and screw. The horse hair needs to be tight enough so we can produce a good sound, but not too tight because it's going to damage the string and the horse hair, of course. So how we hold the bow? Usually we take it with the right hand and we hold here with the thumb. We hold here with on the front part below, just below, and then on top, on the back, we need to tilt, not much, but a little bit, the hand on the left side. My side is on the left. So the first finger can lay a little bit. Because if we straighten up the hand, we cannot control much of the movement of the bow. So the natural position is a little bit the hand to lay down on the left side. So the first finger is laying a little bit on the left. And then the middle and the third finger are, if we imagine, it's something like the rabbit teeth. So the rabbit teeth are usually like this. They're together, and this can be the
Mhm.
rabbit ears. So usually the first finger and the forefinger, they're holding the bow here on top. They're here on the stick on the top, and the other two are just kind of hold together with the thumb. The other three are the one who hold really on those. The first and the fifth, actually, they're balancing the weight and the movement of the bow. And usually, of course, when we play on the violin with the right hand, the movement is going from the wrist and then the elbow. Like how it's gonna be your hand, like it is right now in the most natural position, a little bit rounded. So most of the people, the beginners, which are, of course, it's maybe normal because they think it's too difficult, so they overdo some of the movements. They start to hold too much like this, too much like that. Maybe because they're afraid that the ball is going to fall. Don't worry if the ball falls, it's not going to break. So I just take it first. Feel if it's easy to heavy. But if you then put your thumb here inside, a little bit, you just hold it. And then lay your first finger here on the back. Yeah, that's good. And here the hand have to be a little bit, not like this, a little bit rounded. But you be sure that with that part of the fingers you're holding the bow.
Yeah. Maybe you tense because you don't want to fall.
Yeah. Let me see, because I don't. Okay. So from that part of the thumb, usually I also recommend for beginners to do some exercises at home just for the right hand. If you take a pen or pencils, maybe it's still, it feels weird, like a little bit uncomfortable.
The pointer is here or inside?
It's a little bit, it's not the thumb, you cannot hold it if it's too outside, but also if it's too inside, it's kind of, of course you can still, it have to be maybe the most natural position is if it's a little bit inside, so you can of course hold the stick, but not too much, not on the point that it's meeting, the other two fingers going outside. Let's say circling, something like that. Then, this, you have to with your thumb, imagine you hold here the pen, they have to be a little bit rounded, like this, because with this, when you start to play the violin, it's going to be really uncomfortable. Yes, something like this. So, these two fingers are here, more down, and one, it should be more up, here, just rest here. This one is like a lazy finger, like a little bit tilted. Relax your wrist. Try to move it like left and right, or just rest of your. Then again, the thumb is important to be a little bit rounded, like the natural position of your hand is like this. So something like that should be with the ball. But you just be sure that here is not tight, but you still hold it. That's the most difficult actually even for every adult or every child beginner, I think that's the difficult part with the right hand. They always think they have to. Yeah. Like that I would say that it's better. This is for the, most likely is for the balance of these three fingers. So the thumb, the first, and the index finger. We're kind of balancing and holding the bow on the way. These usually, they don't move too much. They are the ones who are really like the,
Even the polka don't move when you do. I
Yeah.
saw you didn't
Thumb.
move
the thumb here.
this finger.
Because of course, if you move it too much, you can, but if you move it too much, maybe it's going to slice or just go out of control. Okay, and then you kind of move the, to put the bow on the string. Move the hand from that part and then from the shoulder. And let's say when you play on the lower string, the first string, which is G, yeah, the position of your elbow should be a little bit more high, not too much, but a little bit for a better sound and a better control of the hand. It's pretty well, but just a little bit more brave. A little bit more brave again. Just put it and let's start from the beginning of the bow. If you just relax, don't worry. So see, like this part, it's like your finger is going somewhere in a cave, or I'm about to say in the middle. It's like entering but not completely.
Yeah.
Let's say something like that. Actually, that's in the middle, right? So try and stop. Some people actually are holding here, but that's, I would say, it's too uncomfortable because you cannot control the stick. Just put it here and onto the, so at the beginning. Bow should be how we play for the best sound on the violin is not here on the part of the fingerboard, which is the black, is the neck. We play here between the bridge and this one in the middle. Well, in some, after that, some, classical pieces, or for kind of a effect of the sound, maybe you can go a little bit here, or here, you do tremolo or something. But in most cases, like for good sound, the best part, the best part is here in the middle. Imagine, even if you're a little bit here, but not on the part that you're here. It's a different sound. So and try to from the front and try again to play. Slowly. Don't make the hand at the end, like just be patient on the bow is long. Just try from the front and to the top to play one empty string. Let's say this is D, right? So you start maybe for not too high. The elbow doesn't. It's never good if your elbow is very, it's higher than the wrist. Very good, much better.
So I need to straighten my arm.
Yes, when you get to extend also to finish. Yeah, exactly. The bow to the end. You need to extend the arm, the right arm from the elbow, just like that. And
don't move the shoulder.
because the angle, that's the difficult part with the violin. The angle, that is it. Let's say you're at 9 o'clock, right? We go again back to the watch part. This is 12. This is kind of between 9 and 10 on the left hand. And your right hand, it's gonna be something like 15, right? Or let's say 3 o'clock. So if it's here, from the front, when we go somewhere until the middle part of the bow on the stick, then your kind of hand from the shoulder and the elbow have to go a little bit. It's like you extend to on that side to grab something, right? Like an apple. The apple is, yes, exactly. Because otherwise the angle is going to be too much. And then again at the end, because then the angle is gonna be not really good. From that's the and then just very slightly, yes. Right? Try to not stop, like try to go from the frog, right? Try to go one time. And then when you go on the top, just try to return back. It's normal, that's the hardest part down. So you see, very good, very good. As you can feel, right, the lower part of the bow, where is the front, is a little bit heavier than the upper part.
It's more difficult to control this part than the top.
Yeah, that's for another more.
In the song,
more maybe for the second lesson, because there is I need to explain very detailed how to do that. But in general, when you go from the middle section to the upper section of the bow, you try also to not much, just slightly less than ideal to press, not press, but like more, to be more into the string, because that part is lighter usually of the bow. And then of course when you change the speed of the bow, which is normally, that's how you can hear these accents.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really hard even for like professional violin. What is the difficult part here when you change from here and you have to connect again another tone, is that you have to make a movement first from the wrist, because the bow is kind of physical, the bow is traveling, right? And then if you just do this, maybe it's gonna be really hard to be like a smooth and same speed, because the bow is heavier here. So for just better connection between upper and then again another bow
Continue.
to continue, it's something like this kind of movement. So your hand, your wrist is going first, and you have to change here at the end, and then it's something like just before your bow starts to travel again, your fingers have to do something like that first. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's hard.
It's like
that's
a technique.
really, yeah.
I learned too much already.
So thank you so much. That was it for our first lesson today. Mario is very talented, and he's actually a professional singer. So for him, he doesn't need to be introduced for the tones, for the notes. He knows the the solfeggio, the scales, so the part that makes it easier. So that was it for me, for Mario. Thank you all.
Thank
See
you.
you again.
Thank you, Alexandra.
Bye.